Hey Nintendo fans and collectors! Lithium here from my channel Nintendo Collecting, bringing you an unboxing video for Wii Remote Plus Peach Special Edition. Now this controller was actually released, I'm told, worldwide in every region, making it not so much a special edition, and it's definitely not a limited quantity release. However, it sure is pretty awesome finally seeing Peach have her own remote after Mario and Luigi having their own remotes on the Nintendo Wii U as well. Now first, as a collector, we're going to take a look at the box packaging for this controller because as a collector, don't throw out the box, don't throw out anything that you get. It usually doubles or triples the value of the item in the future. On the front of the box, clearly, we just have a little picture of Peach there looking awesome. We're going to compare Peach to the controller itself, basically, just to see where the design basically came from. Now it does say on the bottom that this is for Wii U, but you must note that this actually does work on your Nintendo Wii as well as your Wii U. So it does have Wii Remote Plus inside, which is definitely a bonus. This controller usually retails for about $40. I'm in Canada, so I think it's sold for $45, but usually in the States it's $40, and I'm not sure what it is in Europe and what it is in the rest of the world, but it's probably a comparative price point. So taking a look at the rest of the box, the top just has a U for Wii U. The top has Nintendo on it, and then as well, here is the official Nintendo seal. That's the seal of quality, knowing that you're getting an official item. The side of the box has that Wii Remote Plus Peach packaging, and then the other side of the box has actually a picture of Peach that I'm going to compare the controller to. Fantastic, that'll be easy. The bottom of the controller has a few little warnings, and this one's actually in a few different languages, just because I'm probably in Canada, and it has French and maybe English, you might think. And on the back, it just tells you a little bit about the Wii Remote Plus. Says the Wii Remote Plus, and hey, there's a picture of the controller, just in case you forgot what you were buying as you were holding it, and you turned it around. Down here, it also says customer service. If you ever have problems, you can call the customer service. Now, I see people try and open these, and I myself have opened these and had extreme difficulties trying to get the box open without damaging it. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to open it from the top. I'm going to use a nice knife here. I'm going to go to the bottom, actually, and the bottom has the same opening as the top. So you're going to wedge your knife in here, and you're going to slowly try and work this down. And if you apply enough pressure eventually, going slowly so that you don't hurt your finger and that you don't actually cut anything, there you go. So I damaged it slightly, look at that, that's it. But a lot of people butcher these boxes, including myself. So now when I open it up, I actually didn't cause all that much damage, as you can see. And this glue here, I could probably just roll back a bit. Roll it back. If you're in Canada, you know exactly what I'm talking about, the roll back at Tim Hortons. Anyway, so we can actually open up this controller. Let's slide everything out of it. There's got to be directions. There's always directions. Thank God, Nintendo, you didn't entirely give way and stop giving us instructions. So now when I close up this box, we'll see how it actually looks, and we'll see if it can close up a little bit and still stand and still look respectable from a collecting standpoint. Excellent. Okay, before we even get to the controller, let's do the boring stuff. Let's get it out of the way. It does come with this instruction manual, and this just goes through a few of the things, probably in a few different languages. It's folded because it didn't fit into the box, of course, and this is probably more lengthy than a game manual Nintendo gives us right now, which is insane. This has more text than a game manual, Nintendo. Please increase your game manuals. And hey, just a note for everyone in the world, please, help us out. Recycle. Just recycle. It'd be a good idea. So make sure you keep that. Don't throw that out. It also comes with batteries. Maxell batteries, AA series alkaline battery. Now I'm wondering if these are lithium, but if they're not lithium, I'm kind of upset because my name is lithium. And if you didn't know, lithium actually represents a battery. It represents the third element on the periodic table, a nirvana song, and so much more that's probably worth a video on its own. But anyways, these batteries, keeping them in the box will likely damage eventually the box. Some batteries are known to leak over time. If you keep these in there for maybe 1 year, no problem. 5 years, no problem. 10 and beyond, they might leak, they might damage your box. So especially having my name like Lithium, I'm not going to use those batteries. I'm just going to toss them aside, but you might want to keep them in a separate area or put them in a plastic baggie and seal them and then put them back in the box. Finally, Lithium, let's get to what we've all been waiting for. Now, the controller actually does come in this plastic baggie, and a lot of you might throw out this baggie as well. Hold on to it. It's clear for all of you that are looking at this video in the future and want to make sure that you're getting a genuine, legitimate item. Sometimes baggies are blue from Nintendo. Sometimes they're not exactly clear. This one's perfectly clear. Here's finally the controller itself, looking amazing in all of its glory. Let's move some stuff out of the way as we finally take a good look at this. So this controller has some really good detail work. I really hate this thing going around the controller. It's called usually the rubber protective case or something like that, but I'm usually not a fan of it. I'm going to hold on to it for a minute and just leave it on, because we're going to look at Peach and just make a comparison really quickly. It looks like to me that this thing going around it as the darker pink almost looks like her dress draping around it. Perhaps, perhaps not. Perhaps Lithium's just out of his mind, but I don't think so. I think Nintendo had an idea with that. So this one, obviously you can put it around any sort of Wii Remote that you do have. Let's continue to compare the controller to Peach herself. So it does look like the plus, or the directional pad on the top of the controller, looks like her crown or her hair. Take your pick, doesn't really matter. And then the white A button could be for her glove. It likely is for her glove combined with the B button. Both white buttons for her two white gloves that she would actually press buttons with. Hey, thinking outside the box today, crazy. And then you have the minus button, the home button, and the plus button. The minus and the plus likely being for her blue earrings, and the home button in the middle likely being for that jewel or pendant that's usually on her dress. Below that, we have the speaker box with a crown on front. Probably they put a crown because Mario gets an M, Luigi gets an L, and they probably didn't want to put a P for Peach, because there's a few reasons I could think of, but anyways, they probably put a crown because that represents Peach perfectly in the Nintendo universe. And then the bottom two buttons are dark pink, probably just for a standpoint that they need to kind of make this stylistic and do something with that as well. Now the front of the controller is a light pink, the back of the controller is a darker pink. This controller is a two-tone controller, I guess you could call it, and this really does look outstanding. It's such a well thought out concept from Nintendo that they really have done before. And thank God Peach finally gets her own controller. A lot of you may also be wondering, as a collector, is the Peach box the exact same size as the Mario box? Or as the Luigi box? And you can probably tell right away, it's not. For some strange reason, Nintendo saved, a centimeter probably in height? And if you look at the width, I think the width's about the exact same. But the centimeter in height's different for some reason. And the width of the two boxes, let's just take a look. The width is probably millimeters different as well. I guess Nintendo's trying to save on some sort of packaging materials because they're trying to save as much money as possible, but they're also trying to recycle. They're trying to save that environment. Please comment below, are you interested in picking up this Wii Pink Peach Remote? That's Plus. It has Wii Plus inside, or Wii Remote Plus inside. It's usable with the Wii and the Wii U. Retails for $40. It should be available in your region because it's available worldwide, and it's a pretty awesome gift to give, just like I gave my wife for her birthday. Feel free to fill that like bucket, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and Instagram, and remember, as always, go collect them all.